So this was our last class where we started working with our condition technique process. So under condition technique, so I was basically explaining you what are going to be the steps involved in it. Where this condition technique is going to be made up of condition procedure, and to this condition procedure, where this procedure is made up of condition types. To condition types, we try to assign access sequence, where access sequence will be acting as search strategy over here. And to this access sequence, we try to go for assigning of our condition tables, and using tables, we go for maintenance of condition records. So these are going to be the different steps involved in our condition technique process over here. So with the help of this condition technique, we started looking into a business process or scenario by the name listing exclusion. So where I was explaining the listing functionality. So listing is going to be the process where what all products company want to sell it to the customer, we try to maintain it in the form of condition records over here. So where I've taken an example of 10 different products, what company is trying to sell it, I have tried to maintain some limitations for which product, for which customer, what product need to be sold. And I was basically mapping this particular functionality with the help of condition technique, where we have gone for working with our condition tables, access sequence, condition type, procedure, where we try to assign that particular procedure to our sales document type, where we need to exactly work with that particular functionality, activated our condition records, and we try to perform the testing as well. So where we perform the testing in our order and we checked out whether this particular functionality has been mapped or not. We're done with this particular listing process. The next process, what we try to work it out over here, is going to be exclusion. So that's going to be the one. Exclusion process. Now exclusion is nothing but reverse of listing. So exclusion is going to be the process where what all products company does not want to sell it to the customer. So what all products company doesn't want to sell it to the customer, maintain it in the form of condition records over here. So what all products company doesn't want to sell it to the customer, we try to maintain it in the form of condition records. So exclusion is nothing but reverse of listing. What all products company doesn't want to sell it to the customer, we try to maintain it in the form of condition records over here. So where I'm trying to basically take up an example over here, where company is trying to sell around 100 different materials. Okay, this time I'm trying to take 100 different products what company is trying to offer it to the customer. And we have few of the customer. Let's say Daniel. Okay, for this Daniel, company doesn't want to sell few products out of 100. So to this particular customer, company doesn't want to sell material number 56, material 78, and material 92. So these are the products what company doesn't want to sell it to our customer over here. Only for this particular customer. So we have another customer over here. Okay. So by the name Joe. Now for this particular customer Joe, I don't want to offer few of the products. Let's say I don't want to sell material 5, material 67, material 89, and material 90. So this particular customer cannot place an order for these particular products. And where you maintain it, I try to update this information in condition records. So which product customer can't purchase it from the company, we try to maintain it in the condition records. So apart from these products, if it's trying to place an order for any other material, it's going to be sold. But these products are going to be excluded. Okay, we're not going to be selling this particular product to that particular customer. So that's what you mean by exclusion. If company is having number of materials which are offered to the customer and have some limitations where some products cannot be sold for a particular set of customers, we try to take the help of exclusion process. So which product need to be excluded from sales, we try to maintain it in the form of condition records over here. So to work with this particular process, once again, we try to follow our condition technique process itself, where we need to go for working with our condition tables, access sequence, condition type, procedure, maintenance of our condition records, and try to perform the testing in sales document, whether that particular product has been excluded from sales or not. Okay. So based on the client requirement, we need to go for selecting the fields. So right now, I'm trying to use two fields. One is going to be the customer, second one, material. And for each and every field, there will be a technical name maintained. So for customer, it is going to map as Kunar, and for material, Matner, MATNR. So we need to know the technical names of each and every field. Okay. So first step, with the help of condition technique, we try to go for working with our condition table. So where I'm going to take the help of two fields, customer and material. Okay. So I'm trying to create a table using these two fields, customer and material combination. Now see how to work on it. Let me increase the font size a little bit. Now, once you log in, so I'm just trying to show you the configuration steps. So getting to SPRO, it's going to be the part of IMG. And under IMG, we need to work with sales and distribution module over here. And under sales and distribution, it's going to be the part of basic functions. So getting to basic functions, and under basic functions, listing and exclusion is going to be the one. And once you click on this IMG activity, listing, exclusion. So these are going to be the configuration steps. So all configuration steps which we have followed for listing is going to be the same thing what we try to work it out for exclusion as well. But first step, we try to go for creating a condition table. Maintain condition table for listing and exclusion. And once you click on it, so this is how the screen will be looking. And right now we are under change mode of condition table. And whatever the table we try to create it is going to be will be used only for listing and exclusion process itself. We cannot use this condition table for any other business scenario. It will be only used for listing and exclusion. And if you want to create your own table, so click on conditions from the menu bar and you can see an option by the name create. So click on create and go for it. So if you leave this particular field as blank, system will generate a number for the table which we created. So in SAP, there are going to be standard and customized table. So if your table number is below 500, standard. If your table number is above 500, customized one. Okay. Now simply leave this particular field as blank. Click on enter, and that's going to be the screen where we need to go for selecting the field from our field catalog, where first field is going to be customer. Whenever you try to select any field, always check technical name for that. And how we need to check it? Select that particular field, click on field attributes, and the field name is going to be getting displayed up over here. So Kunar is going to be the field name for customer. So check out this one. Simply double click on it and it will be getting copied up into our selected fields. The same way, click on page down to get into next page and select field material. And the field name for material will be activated as Matner, MATNR. So check out this one, MATNR, and double click on it. And it will be copied into our selected fields. So from field catalog, we have selected two fields, customer and material. So based on the client requirement, we need to select the fields from our field catalog and try to click on generate. So table is going to be created. So already we have one of the standard table by number 1 with the same fields. Okay, so if you want to work with that particular table, you can, or you can simply ignore this particular message because it's just a warning message. So ignore it by clicking on enter. You want to create a condition table, click on yes, and table is created with the help of these two fields. So there's going to be our table number. Okay. And when you get this particular request, always click on local objects over here. Table is going to be created by number 516, which is made up of field, customer, and material. This is our customized table, what we have created. Okay. So that's going to be the first step, what we have done. We have created our table with the help of fields. Now, once we're done with the condition table, second step, we need to go for working with access sequence. And always the code for access sequence is going to be of 4 letters, alpha numerical combination. Okay. So here I'm just trying to maintain it on the name of YLEX, which stands for Lenovo exclusion. And for this particular access sequence, I try to go for assigning of condition table, which has been created in the first step, along with field mapping. Okay, along with field mapping. So that's what we try to do it. So we are trying to create an access sequence. At the same time, to that access sequence, we try to assign table as well over here. Okay, this particular condition technique is going to be entirely a chain process, which we try to map. Now perform this particular activity. So if you just come back, so that's going to be our second step. Maintain access sequence for listing and exclusion. And once you click on this activity, so table is a cross client, fine. Click on continue. And this how the screen will be looking. So B001 is going to be the standard access sequence used for exclusion. So if you want to create your own access sequence, so take the help of new entries over here. So click on new entries and maintain it. So where I try to create it on the name of YLEX, which stands for Lenovo exclusion. Okay, Lenovo exclusion. Click on enter. And to this access sequence, we need to assign table. So select our access sequence and click on accesses under dialog structure and try to assign table. To assign our table, take the help of new entries over here. So sequence number 1 and table number. So right now we have created a table by number 516. So which we need to assign in this particular screen. 516. Click on enter. Development class of condition table G516 is local, fine. Click on continue. Done. So this table is getting assigned to access sequence. Only table, not the fields. So if you want to assign these fields as well, select table and click on fields over here. Click on fields. So what all fields are there in this particular condition table are also going to be getting assigned to access sequence. So field assignment has not been made. That's what we try to do it. So if you click on enter, so these are the two fields maintained in our condition table. Okay, so which we try to assign it to our access sequence YLEX and try to save it. Always remember, when you're trying to save an access sequence, values will be stored under workbench request. Okay. Always condition table and access sequence values will be stored in workbench request. So I'm just trying to create a new request for exclusion. So click on create request, which stands for Lenovo exclusion process. Okay. So that's going to be the request. Done. So access sequence has been created, and to that access sequence, condition table has been assigned, and field mapping also has been carried out. So this our second step over here. Now, followed by condition type. So that's going to be the third step in our condition technique. Now, where whatever the naming convention we maintain for the access sequence, I'm trying to use the same naming convention. Okay. And to this condition type, I try to assign access sequence, which has been created in the first step. I'm creating a condition type at the same time. To that condition type, assign our access sequence over here. Okay. Now see. So if you just come back, so that's going to be the next step. Maintain listing exclusion types. And once you click on this activity, so this is how the screen will be looking, where there's going to be the standard condition type used for exclusion. And to this condition type, access sequence B001 has been assigned. So if you want to create a new condition type, so take the help of new entries over here. So click on new entries. So I'm trying to create it. So where maintain the naming convention YLEX, which stands for Lenovo exclusion. And to this particular condition type, I try to assign access sequence YLEX. Okay. So maintain it. So whatever the description maintained will be getting displayed, and try to click on save. So condition type is created. Along with that, we have gone for assigning of our access sequence. So I'm just trying to create a new request over here. So click on create request, Lenovo exclusion. Now condition type information will be stored under customizing request. Okay. Now click on continue. Done. Condition type created, access sequence assigned. Now once done with this, followed by next step where we need to go for working with our condition procedure, which is going to be of 6 letters. So I'm trying to maintain it on the name of YLEXCL, stands for Lenovo exclusion. Okay. And to this particular procedure, I try to assign condition type. So I try to assign condition type YLEX. I'm creating a procedure at the same time. To that particular procedure, try to assign condition type over here. Okay. Now if you just come back, so that's going to be the step. Procedure for maintaining listing exclusion. And once you click on this activity, procedure for maintaining listing and exclusion, so this is how the screen will be looking. And there's going to be the standard procedure used for exclusion, B followed by full zeros 1. So if you want to create a new procedure for exclusion, so click on new entries and define it. So here YLEXCL stands for Lenovo exclusion. So there's going to be the code and the description which I'm trying to maintain it. And to this particular procedure, we need to assign condition type. So select procedure and click on control data under dialog structure. Click on control data. And there's going to be the screen where we need to assign condition type. So take the help of new entries and go for it, where we maintain step number as 10, counter as 0, followed by condition type YLEX. Okay. So functionality of step and counter, we try to work it out in our coming classes. So when we look into a concept called as pricing, I try to explain the functionality of it. So activate it and click on save. So procedure has been created. At the same time, to that particular procedure, condition type has been assigned. Okay. Once done with this, Now we need to basically assign it. Okay. So where exactly you want to perform the testing? Assign condition procedure to sales document type. Okay. So that's going to be the next step. So where exactly you want to work with this particular functionality. So we have created one of the customized document type CLOR. To CLOR document type itself, I try to go for assigning of our exclusion procedure as well. So that's going to be the step. Now see. So if you just come back, so activate listing exclusion by sales document type over here. And once you click on it, so list of sales document type will be getting displayed to which we need to assign our procedure. So click on position, select our document type, CLOR. And for this particular document type, already we have gone for assigning of listing. Now I try to assign exclusion procedure, YLEXCL. Okay. Assign it and try to save it. So these are going to be the configuration steps required to activate exclusion process. Table, access sequence, condition type, procedure, assignment. And finally, we need to go for maintenance of our record. What products cannot be sold? We need to maintain condition records, which we address it as a master data. So VB01 is going to be the transaction code for maintenance of our record. VB02 for change and VB03 for display. So what products cannot be sold to a particular customer, we need to maintain it in the form of record server. Okay. So initially, let me create one of the customer. As of now, we have only one customer record with which we are trying to work it out. So let me try to create a new customer over here. We were trying to work with Logitech, right? Okay, so let me take it this one. So company code. Otherwise, let me do one thing. Let me try to delete the condition record what we have activated in our last class. Okay, now see, I'm just trying to go for maintenance of our condition records over here. So if you get into VB01 transaction code, so maintain our condition type, CLEX, and click on key combination. So table will be getting displayed. So using this table, activate it. Customer and material. So for which customer, what products need to be excluded? Try to maintain that information over here. Okay, now let me activate it over here. So what all products we are trying to exclude it, maintain that. I'm just trying to pick few of the products over here. LESO. So this is one product which I'm trying to exclude it. So these are the products we have, out of which I'm trying to exclude this particular product from sales. So this is the only product. So if this particular customer is placing an order for this particular material, it will be excluded. So maintain it, save that. Now try to perform the testing. Perform testing in sales document. So VA01, because we have assigned it again this particular document type. Okay. So try to perform the test in our sales document type. So create an order VA01. So pick our document type CL OR, maintain all the information which is required. So our customer information. Now whenever this customer is placing an order for keyboard, it will be excluded. So product maintained in the condition record cannot be sold over here. So apart from this product, if it's placing an order for any other material, see for CPU, if it's placing an order, that particular product can be sold. If it's placing an order for laptop, it can be sold. Okay. So whatever product we maintain in the condition record is going to be excluded. Apart from that, all materials can be sold over here. So this is going to be the concept of exclusion. How you are trying to exclude a particular product which need to be sold. Okay. So for one of the customer, you can activate either listing or exclusion. You cannot activate both the process. There is no meaning. If you are trying to activate listing, that means what all products are there in the records, only those products will be sold. Apart from that, rest of the others are going to be excluded. Okay. It's going to be the reverse way. In exclusion, what all products you don't want to select, we try to maintain it in the form of condition records. If customer is placing an order for any other material which is not mentioned in the condition record, it will be sold. Okay. So this is how you try to work it out. So based on client requirement, we need to activate listing functionality or exclusion process over here. Guys are clear? Able to follow this one?
Yeah, Jairam.
Okay. So this is going to be the concept of
Jairam,
these. Yeah, sure.
Friday's class. When did it happen? Yeah, I was not able to